Hey there, people of the interwebs. My name is Brandon Noel. I'm a cartoonist. I cartoon. Um, and as a cartoonist, is there anything better than Christmas uh, TV specials? These are the things that were created specifically for the holidays. Um, Charlie Brown's Christmas, The Grinch Stole Christmas. Um, these are the perennial classics that we used to gather around the TV set and watch as a family, um, because they were just so good. Um, and almost every TV show has that Christmas episode. Um, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favorite Christmas specials. I am a cartoonist, fan of animation. Some of these you're going to be like, of course it's on the list. And some of them are a little off the beaten track. And I hope you sit down if you're unfamiliar with some of these and check them out. These are my personal 5 favorites that I make a point to watch every holiday, even to the point where I'm driving my wife crazy because I started Christmas early in this household because I needed some holiday spirit. November 30th, the tree went up, the lights are up. I got my Santa knitted hat, and I just needed that Christmas spirit, that goodwill towards men in my life. So here is my top 5 Christmas specials. I hope you enjoy them. If you disagree with me, just know you're wrong. And to start things off, this is my 5th favorite. Da 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 da. So yeah, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. Have been for many, many years. If you're wondering, my favorite Doctor is Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor. He's amazing. Go back and give him a fair shot. So there is a long-standing tradition of Christmas specials in Doctor Who. No offense to David Tennant. They really did set the groundwork, but a lot of his Christmas specials are more or less Christmas-themed villains, star-shaped spaceships, killer angel robots, and they're all good stuff. Like, I love David Tennant. But there was something about the Matt Smith Christmas specials where they leaned into the holiday of it all, and it felt special. It felt important. Their take on The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is beautiful. Their take on A Christmas Carol is one of the best takes up there. I would put it up there with any version of A Christmas Carol. And of course, there's this standing tradition of the Doctors regenerating, putting the nail in the coffin of their run at A Christmas Special. Which is kind of what I drew here with Matt Smith, but honestly, as far as the Christmas specials are concerned, the strongest one, in my opinion, is A Christmas Carol. It's beautiful. It implies the Doctor had a relationship with Marilyn Monroe. It's a beautiful science fiction reimagining of A Christmas Carol. And if you're not a Doctor Who fan, you gotta at least check out the line, or the Christmas Carol, their take on the Christmas Carol. In particularly, The Lion and the Witch, the Wardrobe is beautiful. Matt Smith's regeneration, The Night of the Doctor, is heartbreaking, but you're only going to get everything out of that one if you're a diehard Doctor Who fan. If you're a casual fan or you've never watched Doctor Who, start with the David Tennant stuff. They really do. His Christmas specials really do set the groundwork. And personally, my favorite of the David Tennant Christmas specials is The Next Doctor, where they tease his regeneration, and I don't think that one gets enough love. I mean, Victorian Cybermen. It's just great stuff. So yes, any Doctor Who Christmas special is a beautiful thing, and one I tend to watch the Matt Smith stuff this time of year. Number 4. Batman the Animated Series is one of the most important animated just things in my life. I don't know where I would be if not for Batman the Animated Series. Bruce Timm's art is a huge inspiration on my life. Darwin Cook's art was a huge inspiration on my life. Batman the Animated Series is one of those things that I let me tell you something. I'm a cheap person. I am so cheap when I open my wallet, Abraham Lincoln squints from the light. Okay? And I have bought Batman the Animated Series twice. I bought the box set DVDs when they came out, and then I bought the Blu-ray box set when that came out, because Batman the Animated Series is amazing. And Christmas with the Joker is one of my favorite episodes. It works on multiple levels. The Joker has kidnapped Commissioner Gordon, Detective Bullock. I forget the reporter's name, but basically has this entire supporting cast of Batman held captive, and the Joker's threatening to murder them at midnight. Although because of TV censors, he's never allowed to use the word murder. They get around it. But the Joker is basically saying, Batman, I dare you to save him. You have until midnight. There's a a giant toy fight. You get a bit of the Dick Sprang classic Joker with the giant head coming out of a giant Joker Jack-in-the-Box. It's this beautiful episode of Batman the Animated Series. And you get the idea near the end, spoilers, that the Joker has done this whole thing, has set up this entire elaborate thing just to give Batman a Christmas present. He escaped out of Arkham. He committed, attempted murder on an entire train full of people, threatened to murder a police chief and commissioner and all this kind of stuff, and just, hacked a satellite and had a giant Joker head built in a Jack-in-the-Box just so I could give Batman a Christmas gift. It's actually a very lovely. I think it speaks more about the Joker's feelings towards Batman than anything else. There's also a couple other episodes later on in the series. There's Holiday Nights, which is a series of short stories about the holidays. But for my money, Christmas with the Joker is one of the best episodes of Batman the Animated Series, and I watch it every year. Number 3. All right, apologies. There was problems capturing the video of this particular sketch. But How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original animated special by Chuck Jones, it doesn't feel like Christmas for me until I hear that song, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. It doesn't feel like the holidays until you hear that, I wouldn't touch you with a 25-6-foot half pole, It's one of my absolute favorite. Chuck Jones is a master in animation. If you want to know how to just facial features and body language, and just sit down and watch a bunch of Chuck Jones cartoons. He was that damn good. And for him to team up with Dr. Seuss later in his career to basically do his opus, this is his masterpiece. I'm sorry. All the Looney Tunes are incredible. Everything he did with Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote and creating those characters, and everything that he did with, What's Opera Doc, those are all incredible. But it all culminates. Everything that he did builds up to this Christmas special. It is super sweet. It's my favorite. Just so you're aware, there's 2 versions of this. There's a 22-minute version where they edit it down for TV, and then there's a 38-minute version. That's the original. They always cut a couple minutes out to fit that with commercials and stuff. But it's one of my favorites. From Max to the your heart was 3 sizes too small to the all that stuff that Seuss put in the book. Chuck Jones was able to just expand and blow out, and then the songs are classics. I said this is absolutely one of my favorites, and I watch it every year. And like I said, if you just watch it. It's like 22 minutes, the edited version down. It takes some time today. Watch it. It's incredible. Every time I watch this thing, I notice something different. So, yes, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original version with Boris Karloff. Boris Karloff! I didn't even talk about Boris Karloff! One of the greatest horror film icons of all time. The narrator, the Grinch, it's his performance is incredible. Not to take away from what Jim Carrey did and Benedict Cumberbatch. They're cool too. But they're not Boris Karloff. You just watch it. Number 2. Okay. The Andy Griffith Show. Season 1, Episode 11, A Christmas Story. This is by far one of my favorite Christmas specials of any TV show. I watch it every year. It is amazing. Andy Griffith and Barney Fife, basically it's Christmas, and they're letting everyone out of jail early. So look, come back when you're done with celebrating with your family. If not, we're going to pick you up for truancy. But just spend the time with your family, because you can only get away with this in small town America in 1950s. All right. Andy Griffith is amazing. And then just as everyone's about to celebrate their Christmas, this old man comes in and demands that this guy get arrested for bootlegging. And he's cutting into his profits, and it's against the law. And Andy Griffith's hands are tied. He's got to prosecute. He's got to put this man in prison, on Christmas. And it don't feel right. It's not. It's not Mayberry. And so what he ends up doing is Andy Griffith, in a moment of cleverness, ends up basically arresting the guy's wife and his kids. On paper. No one actually ever got prosecuted. So that they can all be together, for Christmas, and they have the giant Christmas party in the prisons, the sheriff's office. So you got the giant Christmas tree. You got Barney Fife as Santa Claus. Everyone's having an incredible Christmas party. But that old man, the old Benjamin, grumpy old Benjamin, is feeling left out, and he's starting to remember what Christmas is about, and family and friends, and there's a subplot where he's trying to get arrested so he can join the Christmas party, and it's beautiful. It's everything that Christmas is about, and if you've never seen the Andy Griffith Show, this is the episode to start. It's streaming on Amazon Prime right now. Season 1, Episode 11, A Christmas Story. It's a fun Christmas special that they did really early on in the show. It's the 11th episode of the show, and everyone is a pitch on. And yeah, so I can't recommend this episode enough. Number 1, Twilight Zone. Season 2, Episode 11, Night of the Meek. I first watched this episode in Miss Ledbetter's English class. in my junior year of high school. Ever since then, I've made it a point to watch this episode almost every year at Christmas. Night of the Meek. If you've never seen this episode, it's a really good one. You have a mall Santa who's drunk. He's clearly an alcoholic. It starts off with him in the bar, and he shows up to work hammered, schnockered, and it doesn't go too well as you might think. A man showing up to his job drunk, it didn't end well. He is let go, and he gives this beautiful, powerful speech about the power of Christmas and the importance of it. And, I wish there was a real Santa Claus, which is a rough thing to say in a mall full of kids, because that implies there isn't a Santa Claus. But he's having a rough year. And so he ends up, basically, he ends up stumbling in a back alley and finding a Santa sack. And when he opens it up, there's presents. And he's just he's going around all the homeless people. And what do you want this year? He goes, well, I'd like a smoking jacket. And he reaches in the back, pulls out a smoking jacket. And he's giving gifts and he's, the line is, as long as it's putting out, I'm putting in the work. And he's, for one night, he's Santa Claus. And then the police arrest him for giving out stolen merchandise from the mall that he was working at earlier in the afternoon. And, classic Twilight Zone plot twist. It's just a beautiful, heartfelt episode that can only exist in the Twilight Zone. I strongly recommend it. It's a fun episode. It's just 22 minutes. It has the actor who voices Piglet in the Winnie the Pooh series. Just Night of the Meek. It's a classic, and if you haven't seen it, you really should. So, there you have it. That was my top 5 favorite. Please like, subscribe, share, all that fun internet, social media stuff. Go to destinycomics.com. If you're looking for gift ideas, I've been a cartoonist since 2009, and I probably should have the book already out. But Flatfoot McGee, trade paperback, beast of a graphic novel. Very proud of this book, available at destinycomics.com, as well as all my other comic books and graphic novels that I've painted and drawn and illustrated over the years. Thank you. Just hope you are having a happy holidays. And I'm going to get on my high horse here for a moment. Happy holidays. Like, if you want to hear Merry Christmas, it's in there. It's a happy holiday. So happy holidays. It's inclusive. Everyone gets a holiday. So, happy holidays. Hope you enjoy this video. Hope you enjoy my cartooning. Just have fun. Everyone needs a smile this time of year.